Okay, so we're going to do another walkthrough of a campground. I've been trying to do that in some of the campgrounds that we go to. This time we are in Mile High Campground. Now, this is not a national park campground. This is outside the national park boundary, but it's very close. I don't know if we're on the Cherokee Indian Reservation or not. We're also very close to that. The address is Cherokee. I don't know if we're on the reservation boundary, to be honest with you, but I'll tell you how you get here. First of all, you take Highway 19 between between Maggie Valley and between Cherokee, where it goes up to the top of the mountain there at Soco Gap, and the Blue Ridge Parkway runs across. You'll get on the Blue Ridge Parkway towards the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, not towards Asheville, back towards the National Park. And you do that for, I'm going to say it's 2 to 3 miles, and you'll come to Balsam Mountain Road on your right. So when you turn right on Balsam Mountain Road, go just till you see the sign for Molly's Ridge, and you take the next left onto the long dirt road. You'll see the red sign for Mile High Campground. This campground is located at an altitude of about 5,400 feet above sea level, so that's why it has the name Mile High. Shaughnessy can tell you, she's holding the camera now, that it does not get hot here even in the summer.
No, it does not.
So we just took our naps and we were laying there under blankets. So anyway, very pleasant day. The high temperature today is topped out at 68 degrees. So perfect day to do a campground walkthrough. I'm going to show you the sights, the various views that you get from the site. That's one thing that you get here that you don't get in a lot of campgrounds, are some mountain views from many of the sites. So let's walk through and look at it. So as you pull up from the road, you'll see the green office building right here. They do not open till 10 a.m. at the office. So when you get here, they want you to check in at the office. 10 miles an hour speed limit through the campground. Now over here to the right, this green thing is the shower house. Now, I want to mention that. First of all, if you notice in our campsite, we did not have our usual homemade shower contraption put up, and that's because we don't need it. They actually do have men's and women's separate showers here. I think ours has like 3 showers, I believe.
There's 3, but there's 2 and 2 are working.
Only 2 are working, so they do have adequate showers. The water's been nice and hot.
Yes.
So, you know, it certainly is sufficient for a couple of days here. So as you walk through, the campground goes in 3 different directions. We're going to go over here to the left first. I believe these are the lower number sites, but be aware that elk do frequent the campground. We have not seen any this trip, but I've seen pictures where there are elk in the campground. So one thing about this campground, there is a lot of equipment sitting around. Okay, so but of course on our side it looks very nice, but looks like they've got some bundles of firewood there. It says something on there that you have to order your firewood if you want some. I don't know what that means exactly, but over here they've got a little bit of a deck that they built to observe sunsets. So let's walk over here and see that. You got this little thing on the post right here, and it's actually quoting a scripture. It says, "I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills." And the rest of the verse says, "From whence cometh my help?" But that part's not on there. So as you walk over here, you've got this beautiful open view of the mountains. Let's walk out on the deck. Now this deck was built specifically to watch the sunsets. So very pretty view here. Right out there you're looking at Newfound Gap in the distance, which is where Highway 441 crosses the Smokies. And I'm going to guess, only because I can't see the top of it, if I could see the top of it I'd tell you, that that's Clingman's Dome with the cloud cover on it. If that would move off of there, I could tell you for sure. I'm assuming that that may be the camp host's place there. I don't know. There's not a number on that site. I don't know what the number configuration is up through here. I was thinking it was the lower numbers, like 1 through 3. But we're going to find that out. Now, I'm going to let Shaughnessy, since she made this reservation, explain the reservation set up here. It's a little harder to reserve here than it is other places.
I just called the number
But you want to call,
After 10 a.m. I know that for sure because they open at 10.
but you want to call like beginning of the season when they open because it books quick for the whole summer.
It does, and I don't remember if he said if they book a year in advance or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
But I just called. We knew pretty much what site we wanted since you had been here before, and since it was available, we were able to get it, and had to pay for one night. Was able to use a credit card, and we paid for the other night once we got here.
Do you remember the cost?
35.
35 a night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is a little higher than a national park campground, but you do have a view and you also have hot showers.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's walk on. This up here on our left is site 12C. This one does not have an open view of the mountains. Sorry for the shake, I am walking. But that's site 12C right there. One of the advantages of this campground is it's very quiet, as opposed to some of the national park campgrounds, which I love those, but this one is just seems like you can always catch a nap and not really have to deal with a lot of noise. So here's site number 1 on the right. Yeah, so I was correct. Howdy. So site number 1 does have an open mountain view back through there. And one of the things a lot of y'all have let me know is that you appreciate these campground walkthroughs because it helps you in your booking decisions. So that's really why I do this. It was just an idea I came up with 2 years ago to do. And all but 1 or 2 people have really appreciated it. So one gentleman wanted me to show the insides of the bathrooms. I'm not going to do that. Let's see, here's number 2. Pretty good open site right there. And it does have a view as well, although there are many trees. There is an open spot here. There's nobody in this. I'm going to walk over here and show you the view of this one. Since it's unoccupied, I think I can do that. So right through there is the open view of the mountains and site number 2. Here is site number 3. And obviously that's big enough for a van, a trailer, and a camper. It also has the same view that number 2 has, same open mountain view there. So I would take any of those sites right there if I could get them. Site number 4. A little bit less of an open view, but still somewhat of a view. Site number 5. Looks like a good spacious site. And again, a little bit of a view there through the trees. That's a nice looking site right there. I like site number 5. Now, for some reason here it goes to 5A. I'm not sure why. Got an RV hooked up to it, a little bit of a view back through the mountain, through the trees there, but yeah, a lot of gravel in that one. A set of bathrooms, and a sink to wash your dishes. And actually it says site number 6 is the campground host. Okay, I guess that one's not reservable. Okay, so here at the fork you start to, now I don't remember this, maybe we didn't drive around this far. But you start going uphill. Here's site number 7, not much of a view from site 7. If you're not here for the view and just want to relax, it looks fine, but not much of a view. So, and there are people sitting outside in it, so try to be respectful and just pan real quick over that way. So, got some sort of I guess this is a cabin rental here. That's right, I think you can rent cabins here too, can't you?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that seems familiar now. That's fine. And the dogs occupying that cabin seem to enjoy it. So here's site 9A. 9A goes back kind of, got a little camper park back there. So it's kind of open back in there, but no view. 9, that's a good spacious site, plenty of room to back a trailer or a camper up in there. No view, but nice open site. 9B. They're going to be here a while because they got enough firewood to last for a week. So 9B again, decent site. Probably wouldn't be my site of choice, but it's in the woods there, no view. Gotta get out shooting a bow and arrow right here. I'll make him mad. So that's site 10, no view. I'm making the circle and walking back down now. I can already tell you the sites on this side right here are not going to have any type of view at all. Yeah, up here's another cabin. That's cabin number 4, so if you just want a little privacy. I've never seen the inside of the cabins. I can't tell you how nice they are or not. But that's that. Here's a look. This is a very small little site we're coming up on now. It looks like they have backed a camper in there, but not much room left in it after that. Don't know what number that is. We'll find out. Look at all those ferns right there. I said no view. I was a little premature on that. There is a little bit of a view. Not spectacular. I noticed they had their chairs pointing that way, so there is a slight view here. Let's walk on past the truck. And that's number 11. Yeah, a little bit of a view there. Nothing great, but a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and guess this is number 12. Not really a view there at all. No, 11. That's 11 double A. I haven't yet figured out the numbering system they use here. Here's site 11A, so that was 11 double A behind us. Okay, so site 11A. Very nice open site there. That, if you want something with some room, that one's got it. So, not much of a view at all. That's site 12. So I'm guessing this is going to be either 13 or 12 double A or 12 single A. It's 12A. Alright, that's 12A. Just a little basic site. Probably his site, so I better move out of the way. Hey. Well, did I ever time that one or not? I knew when he stopped, I said, well, that's probably his site that I'm walking right in front of. So, right here is just a little small site. Would not be my site of choice. That is 12C. Again, do you understand the numbering system they've got? No. Why it's not just like 1 through whatever. You got 12 double A, 12A,
I have no idea.
B, C. I'm not sure why they number them like that. But I'm just letting you see the sites. So I just stopped at the office and got me a window sticker for my back windshield. My truck windshield is very cluttered with stickers of places we go. So
Collection.
yeah, it's not as bad as some VW buses you see, but it's got a few stickers on it. So here's a brochure. Here is the phone number if you like some of the sites here and want to try it. Elevation right there, it even says it, 5,400 feet. Here's the phone number. And It is located on the Cherokee Indian Reservation, so that answered that. Off the Blue Ridge Parkway. And there's the website. So there's some squirrels on top of the dumpster. Bet you they find all kinds of goodies in there.
There's a hole that they go in and out of right there on the side. I saw them going in and out yesterday.
Alright, so let's walk down this way now. I haven't been down this way in a while, so I do remember there being some nice views from some of the sites though. So here is site number 10, I guess. Does that say 10? It looks like TO. Anyway, I'll show you the site first and the view from it. So you got a nice little back end site right here. And they do have a view. Since it's occupied, I'm not going to go over into the campsite. So
It does say TO.
it says TO. So I don't know what that means. I guess if you called and wanted that site, you could ask them and they could tell you. So it says TO, not 10. But anyway, there it is. It's kind of private. You're not going to have anybody next to you on either side. That's an advantage of that one. And you can just sit there and look at the open view. So if you don't need a lot of space but want privacy, that would be one to consider. Site TO. So here is site TOO. And that's a good English lesson back there. You've got TO, TOO. Wouldn't surprise me if the next one's not TWO. They're wanting you to learn the differences in the word to. TOO means also, basically, like we've been there too. TO is let's go to the store. And TWO is the number. So it looks like somebody obviously just checked out of this one. And I say that because the fire's still smoldering. Now, one thing I feel like we ought to mention is that the grills, have you been noticing the other sides of the grills are in either non-existent or in bad shape and unusable. So if you're going to grill, bring your own. That's what I would say. I remember them having grills before, but maybe I could be wrong, but here is a beautiful view. Not a lot of space at this site. They do not have tent pads, by the way, but what a view that is. You can't beat that, folks. And up here, this site's occupied. This looks like, I don't know what the view is like from here, but this looks like a very, very private site. Looks like a very nice one. Looks like it's going to have an open view, and that is TI. Not TWO like I predicted. Now this little road here, if I remember correctly, actually takes you back down into the town of Cherokee. And that is not the preferred route to Cherokee. So, yeah, that's site TI. It's very private looking. And very nice. So, there are a few more up in here. I would say if you have big vehicles, you might find it a little hard to maneuver back up in here. Here's T2. It's unoccupied, so I'll walk up into that one and give you an idea of the views these sites have. So this is a nice little spot for a tent. No tent pad, but so make sure you got a good air mattress. But look at the view right there, folks. There's a little fire pit here. Guess if you had a grill grate, you could make it work. I would recommend bringing your own. And then over there is another site, same view. I don't know what number site that is yet, but there are people in it and they're outside. But this one here, I like that one.
Yeah.
The only thing there, it would be a pain to have to, if you got a lot of stuff like we do, to carry it all uphill a little
Where do you
bit.
park?
That is a good, I guess you just park right here and back, I don't know, and back out, or maybe you turn around right there and back in. That's site T2. That would be a nice site, but it would be a little work to get your stuff set up. So, I think we're about at the end. Looks like you've got T3 and T4. And I'm going to respect their privacy. It's going to be the same open view I just showed you, T3 and T4. And what we're just now discussing is the parking situation up in there. Like if you can see that one vehicle up there at the very end, if we got the site right before that, or if you did and your vehicle was there, I don't know how they would get out.
Unless you go up there and drop your stuff off and come back right in.
I don't know. That's a mystery. If you want one of those sites, they are nice sites, but I would call and ask them that. I'm not sure what the situation there is. There are many, many rhododendron bushes in this campground as well. And some of them are flowering white to a light pink. And over here's an example of that. This is July 22nd. I would have thought those would already have come and gone by now. Usually in June is when I know the pink rhododendrons bloom. Okay, so again, here is the bathhouse. This is right here just across from the office. So that's one set of restrooms, and there's a couple more sets of restrooms. But there's where you take your shower. And, okay, so the last stretch is going to be campsites 13 through 27. That's where we are. So it looks like 27 is a cabin. I guess that's available for rent, wouldn't you say? Has a site number to it, so. Okay, we have one more leg of the campground to go through, but we stopped back by our campsite for just a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and show you this brochure while she's putting them up. This is actually a map of the campground right here. Location. I don't know that I would trust GPS to get you here. Just go by the instructions I gave in the beginning, because GPS may or may not work along the Blue Ridge Parkway. There's the sunset deck, the office and store. Notice they got the elk symbol there and the site numbers. So okay, that's just identified as rough road. I think I'd probably avoid that just for the name alone. And then
that's part of the mountain to sea trail.
Mountain to sea trail. Yeah, but it's a gravel road though.
But apparently it walks along that.
Okay. So, and then basically this is the area that we are in. We're in 26 right there. And down here, well, I'm going to go ahead and let you see these directions. Okay. And also, again, the number to call for reservations. And they give you a little bit of information about the reservation process from May 1st to October 15. They're not made when the campground's closed, so you got to make it during those dates. And again, I'd do it early, because we called the day they opened. They'd already had a lot of fill-ups. Please have the following information when reserving a site or leaving a phone message: name and phone number, obviously, your preferred site, what kind of equipment you're bringing, when you're coming. You have to put up a one night's deposit.
Says it's non-refundable.
Non-refundable. So that's the risk of doing it here. They get a lot of rain. If you're going to get rained out, you do lose it. Okay. And here's the history of it, and we're going to resume here in just a minute. Okay, so walking on up this last stretch is, what did it say, 19 through 27, so we'll assume this is, or I'm sorry, 13 through 27, there is 13. 13 is on the right side of the road, so not a lot of views, but nice sight though. The views are going to be on your left side. Site 14 coming up. They got a little setup there where they sleep up on top. So that's 14. So now you're coming up on one set of restrooms here. And there's a sink there for your water source. Restrooms are small, they're very primitive, but you know, it is what it is. It's a campground. There's your sink. Here's site 15, good open spacious site there. Looks like they got 3 tents on it and room for another. Okay, but no views on the sites on this side. I'll show you the other side coming back down. Site 16. A little secluded back in the woods site there. Site 17. Not much to that. A little bit of a view there. One little mountain. 18. This is a much more logical numbering order than, well, I say that and there's 18A. So there's 18. A little bit of a view from that one. I wouldn't want to be on that side of the road myself. 18A. That's a big open site there. That looks like that might have a little bit more of an open view up there at the end. Now that, I'm going to guess, is site 19. That's a weird looking 9. Never seen a 9 quite like that. Up here's a turnaround area. And it looks like it ends with 19A and 19B. So that would have to be 19. Decent little site here at the end with a little bit of a view. Looks like looking back towards Maggie Valley, there's a little bit of a view there. Maggie Valley, Asheville area. And then 19B. 19B, small site, good view. So, if room's not important to you, if you're like one person camping solo, that might be a good one because you're right at the very end. And this is one we just looked at. Excellent view right there. And that is 19. That 19B, if I were just camping by myself, I would maybe consider that one because, again, you're right at the very end of the loop. You don't get a lot of traffic up there. And you had an excellent view. Just not a lot of room in it. Okay, fresh battery, site number 20. Very good little site right there with an excellent view. I hear Rovier barking. We thought they would be tired, so we dropped them off at the campsite. And I can hear him all the way up through here. So this is the last leg right here, down the right side. But just look how pretty it is through here. We hear our dog barking, so if we hear him as far as we are away, I imagine other people are hearing him. He used to be so independent, he didn't care if we went off or not. He was fine. Now that he's older, he's a little bit more concerned. Here's site 21. Very good view there at that site. Good one to relax in. .22. Right here. Okay, now right here coming up on site 23, when we got here yesterday, we wanted that site, didn't we? Mm-hmm. We had already booked 26, but this one was vacant when we got here. And it was very small, very private, but with a good view. So we asked them if we could switch to that one, but they already had somebody coming in, so that already had booked it, so we didn't get to, but that would be a good one for a future visit. Just look at that. You got the little shade right there. That's just a good little site. I think that would be the one I might try to get when we come back, site 23. It would be very quaint for like 2 people. Probably wouldn't be the best one if you got a large family.
Yeah, that looks
Well, I'm not saying it couldn't be doable. I'm just saying for us it would be fine. Here's 24A. A lot of grassy area right there. I think that's just one side, ain't it? I get no. Yeah, I see. Well, no, there's 24 and 24A is what it is. This is 24A, and that's 24. Again, it's very confusing how they got this. And we are down to the last three. The louder you hear the dog barking, that be ours. So here's 25 and 26. They're adjacent to each other. That's 25, smaller site. We have 26. Now up in here this is just the group camping. I don't think that's numbered, so you just want to specify group camping. So up in there, as you can see, there's a group. So you've seen our view. This is a very adequate site. I like this site. My son and I had it when we came before. That's why we requested it again. It's got room in it. As you can see, we have a lot of junk. We have way too much stuff. But as far as camping supplies. But there's our view. There's where I was laying earlier. You have your gravity chair. I offered to buy her one of these. She wanted that chair that leans back.
Here's Loud Mouth. Mr. Complainer.
Yes, this was the one we could hear about 10 sites up. What's your problem? What's your problem? Alright, we're back now. And I've been monitoring the temperature in our other video of just our camping trip, but I want to show y'all this for the walkthrough. This is the kind of weather you can expect. It is July 22nd, middle of summer. The high today has topped out about 60, what do we got here? Right at 66 degrees. It was 68 a little earlier, so the time high did not hit 70 degrees today. It did hit 70 yesterday. I think it was 70 or 71 maybe. But that's what you can expect with a breeze. That's why we bring blankets. That's why Shaughnessy's wearing a coat. So you don't want to come up here expecting hot weather. If you came from where it's hot, you're not going to find that here. You're going to escape that here. Okay, well, we want to thank y'all for watching this. We hope that you enjoyed this walkthrough of the Mile High Campground, Cherokee, North Carolina. Again, this is something I started doing about 2 years back, just kind of as a service, because what I was finding when I was going online booking in campgrounds I wasn't familiar with, there just wasn't enough of these type videos where I could actually look at the site. There is a website called Campsite Photos that's really good. You can find photos of most campsites in any campground, but it's just photos. So I thought it would be great if somebody would start walking or driving through the campground and just showing you the actual video of the sites. So that's what this is. So far we've done Cataloochee, Balsam Mountain, Smokemont, and Cades Cove. And I don't think there's any others. This is number 5. This is Mile High Campground. Unlike those other 4, this is not in the national park, but it's very close to the national park. If you want to camp here, you can see anything in the national park that you can see from those others. So what are your thoughts on it, first of all?
I think it's a nice campground. It's very cool. Yeah, you do want to dress warmly or make sure you got a jacket or an extra blanket.
And that's not just this weekend. That's just due to the elevation. It's like this pretty much all summer.
But thankful for the hot showers. So that's nice. I mean, I don't have any complaints or anything like that to say.
The only thing I will say is when you first come in, it is a little cluttered there down that first left place that we took you to. There's a lot of equipment, machinery. If that's something you don't desire, just book in one of the other sections and you won't even see it until you come in and out. But like right here where we're at, this is as nice as any place we've been. So like I say, just make your reservation early in the year because this is a popular campground.
Yeah, it is.
We called the day the reservation line opened, and there were already, this campsite here was already booked up for several days. I think we had to adjust our date in order to get it.
I don't remember that.
Seems like we did. So just be aware of that. But great place to escape the summer heat. If you come early October before they shut down for the year, you can plan on some pretty rough weather, pretty cold weather, I would think. But midsummer, this is perfect. It's 68 degrees right now, wind blowing, it's perfect. So give Mile High Campground a try. I think you'll love the views. I wanted to show you which sites had views and which ones didn't. So I hope this was helpful. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you would.
And find us on Facebook.
Have a blessed day.